Hello everyone. So today we are going to talk about editor. This is in Windsurf Editor. To be very transparent with you, this video is not sponsored, but Windsurf did. Someone from Windsurf did contact me, and they suggested me to check this out, and also gave me a 1 month subscription to try it out. But they did not ask me to create a video or promote their editor in any way. But since this was the first AI editor that I was using, I thought I'll share my experience with you and tell you how uh, Windsurf felt like. So first off, you can go to windsurf.com to know about the Windsurf editor itself. It is available for mostly all OSs, including Windows, Mac, Linux, everything. It has a lot of features, but the most talked about feature is probably the Cascade feature, which is basically you can create a project or application from scratch without anything ready for you to start with. So we will talk about some of the features, but as you can see, it is one editor which is built on top of VS Code, so it immediately feels at home as soon as you start the editor, and it has support for a lot of AI features that you see in different tools in different shapes and forms. But in most cases, you have to go to different tools to get these features. Whereas in Windsurf, you will get all these features together in a single place. It has a very good long context, which is called as memories. It allows you to fix the issues that you are seeing in linting. It has support for MCP. You can drag and drop images in that editor. It also understands the terminal commands. It remembers what you have been doing, so you can just continue your work from there. And it also has a agentic mode which can run commands on your system, but you have to allow it, or you can, if you trust the editor, then you can also make it such that it doesn't ask you for every command. And there is just a setting called as turbo mode for which, and once you enable it, it will be able to run the commands without asking you. Now, the pricing is also quite good for this, and we'll just look at how it is priced. As you can see, it will give you a 2 week pro trial, and pro is about $15 per user per month. Teams is $30 per user per month, and your enterprise is $60 per user per month. What you get in free model is basically 2 weeks of pro trial, then 25 prompt credits per month. All premium models, which includes their own SWE1 model as well. And then you have GPT-4.1, 04 Mini, Claude 3.7 Sonnet, Gemini 2.5 Pro, DeepSeek R1, and some few more. You have the option to disable data retention, unlimited fast tab, which basically means that it is not costing you anything when you are doing a tab completion in the editor. Similarly, SWM1 Lite is completely free to use. You will not be charged anything when you are using SWE1 Lite. Unlimited command. We will talk about what is unlimited command. Previews, one app deploy per day, and so on and so forth. Right. And then they have some resources which are quite good, and I would suggest that you look at them. They also have a blog where you can go and see what they are up to. But I would definitely suggest going into docs to see how the whole thing works. Now, the first thing, as I said, is they have the concept of Cascade, which is basically agentic chatbot which can do everything for you. You just give it a prompt and it will do everything that you want to do for your application, including writing tests and executing them if you want it to. Of course, when it runs a command, it will ask you whether you want to run a command or not, and you can check whether the command seems correct to you or not before the command is being run. Then it also lists down all the models that are there in Windsurf. And as you can see, the list is quite long, and you can select any of the models, or even you can use your own key if you have uh, some keys from any other provider. Sorry. Then there is a tab completion. As I mentioned, tab completion is not charged, and it is completely free. And this is the actual tab completion that happens when you are writing code, and then the AI would look at that code and try to complete it. But Windsurf probably takes it a little further by looking at your whole project rather than just the file that you have open, and hence the suggestions would be probably much better than any other code editor which doesn't look at your whole project and just looks at the comments that you are putting just before the tab completion, right? Same thing. When with not just tab completion, all other things that we are going to talk about Windsurf, this is something quite good with Windsurf, right? It takes into context everything that you have been doing. It will look at your clipboard, it will look at your terminal if you have a terminal open. If you have the problems in your code, it will look at those, and then it will suggest a code. So when I was first experimenting, one thing that I really did liked was that as usual with any AI code editor, it can generate code which is probably syntactically wrong or syntax is incorrect and so on and so forth, right? But since I was running in Cascade mode, it found out that there was a syntax issue and it automatically corrected that. I didn't even have to say that there is a syntax error and you need to correct it. As soon as the code the Cascade board completed, it looked at the code and it told me that okay, there is a syntax error. I am going to fix it for you, and immediately went ahead and fixed that for me. So that way it is quite good. Then there is also a command mode. The command mode is the inline mode where you can just uh, basically in the editor where you are editing the code, it will just pop up a small window where you can make suggestions to change the code or do something. Now, the tab mode is actually okay. One thing that I missed about the tab mode is that it's not just tab completion, right? It's also looking at your whole code, whole file, and all the folders. So it's also something like a multi-line editor. So if you make a change in one of the variable names which is being used in all other places, then it will suggest changes at all those places and you can accept or deny those changes. Then we talked about command mode. Then we have the code lengths. The code lengths are, if you can see here, it says explain, refactor, or add doc string. So these are the code lengths. When you are coding, you will find that these are very useful. When you are looking at something, some new code, you can basically say, click on explain and it will try to explain the code to you. Or if you want to just refactor the code, you can click on refactor. Or similarly, if you have written the code but don't have the doc strings, you can add the doc string. Again, this uh, takes into context everything that you have in the project. One thing that is very interesting is the smart paste. So if you copy a code from, let's say, Fortran language, which is an ancient language, and people probably don't even know the name of Fortran language right now, but now you are trying to convert it to Python, then all you have to do is copy the Fortran code and come to your Python script where you are trying to paste it and just paste that code. And CodeLens will automatically detect that the place where you are trying to paste it is basically a Python script, and it will not paste the Python code, rather it will convert it into a Python code and then paste it here. Then as I mentioned, it also keeps looking at your terminal. So if you want some help in terminal, you can immediately get it by pressing Control I again. You can send the terminal selection to Cascade or even the problems to Cascade, or you can turn on the turbo mode. Uh, where Cascade will always execute the command unless it is in the denied list. So you don't have to keep clicking on continue for every time a command has to be run. Then there is previews where it allows you to preview the code and you can see how the whole thing will look like. Uh, the AI commit message, again, I like this quite a lot. I don't have it in my current setup, so I will not be able to show this to you. But the idea is that once you have changed all the files, you can stage the files, and once you are ready to commit, you can just click on this generate that you can see here with these stars, and it will generate a commit message automatically based on the changes that you have staged, and then you can modify it. So coming to modify, one of the things that I forgot to mention probably is that again, Windsurf doesn't try to work in isolation. It is always working with you, in tandem with you. It is basically coordinating with you, right? So while Windsurf is suggesting changes, if you don't like any of them, you can make those changes in the editor, and the AI will automatically adjust the changes that it is making according to the changes that you have done. And it will not freak out that something has certainly changed, right? So those are some of the most important features. I'll not go into each and every detail of the features because you can look into it, but it has a lot of features, and you can definitely give it a try. Now, going to the editor itself, as I said, this is built on VS Code. So as soon as you are in the code editor, you will feel at home. And let's try quickly some of the things that we talked about. So first I will just press Ctrl I, and this is, as I said, is the command mode where you can select which model to use. Since I have an enterprise plan active right now, the suggestions will be probably a little snappier than what you would see in the free plan. But the models that you are seeing would probably remain the same. They don't have restrictions on using any of the models if you are using on free plan. Only thing that they have is probably the free plans is a little slower. So let's try to ask some things here. For example, I want a PowerShell function to sort list containing numbers and words. And I can immediately get the response, and it also shows me I can accept it, or I can accept the word, or whatever it. So I'll just accept it, and then it gives me a function and an example of how the whole thing works. Similarly, if I press Ctrl L, this will open the Cascade, and let's say that I want to change this. This I have accepted. Okay. So let's try automatically what happens if I change this to list sort. And as you can see, as soon as I change this, here also it automatically changed it to list sort, right? So this is one of the good things that you can automatically see. I didn't have to worry about changing it here. This is the command mode, and now let's try to see, save it somewhere. I will quickly save it in my desktop, YT demo, and test.ps1. Okay, I'll close my terminal. So this is the code lines we were talking about. So as soon as I have saved it as a PowerShell script, you can see I can see explain, refactor, and add docstring. Since I created this function and I didn't write a docstring for this, I will probably like to write a docstring for this. I'll just click on add docstring, and as you can see, immediately it will create a docstring for me, which is quite useful. It will give me a synopsis of what it is doing, description, and an example. And then finally, once I am done, I can just say accept, and that's it. I am done. Now these are the basic functions, but if you definitely want to look at how Cascade works, you can give a prompt here. Again, prompting also, you don't really have to be a master of prompting. It's good to know how to write a prompt, but if even if you are not a master of prompt, you don't have to worry. You basically just have to ask the questions that you would ask any of the SMEs of any fields, and it will probably give you a quite good response. But if you are not following the prompting techniques, probably you will have to rectify this couple of times and ask the Cascade prompt to change according to what you are trying to do. But as you can see, you have multiple options to select from, and then based on these, you can select the model that you want to use for this. So that's all I had for today. Thank you.